Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Princess Leah 888, and this is Tea and Tarot Tuesday. Hey. And we are back for another round of our All Signs collective reading for the month of May. So let's get our Palo Santo on. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me move this a little bit because I just want to make sure that it's not. I've been having some issues with my mic goes in and out. It gets staticky and has that little like feedback static interference every other week. So I'm hoping that this week we do not get any of that interference. Um, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So today is the end of April at the time of this reading, but if you find it in May or even not May, that's okay as well. Energy is timeless. But we are going to start with the first three signs. We are in Taurus season. Happy birthday to my Taurus Bull gang. So we're going to start with Taurus since the whole collective is in this Taurus season. So this will be a good collective energy for what everyone's feeling, essentially. And then we're also going to go into Gemini and Cancer. So first three of the series, we are going to get started. I have my cat hair all over me, Mr. Grandma Tone Popsicle, because well, he really wanted some attention and love and affection, and I was feeding him, and he just kept coming back over to me, not at his food bowl. So I had to take the last 10 minutes to just like pet him and nuzzle our faces and give him cat kisses and brush him because he was all here, and I was like, all right. And then I heard the song. Who I forget who sings it. Is it Future and Rihanna? Don't hate me if I get it wrong, but it's called Love, and it's like, I need love and affection, love. You know the song? And I hope I'm not sounding too desperate. I need love and affection, love. And then here he comes with his right on time, perfect timing. As soon as he eats, he then has to go and do his business. So that's always fun. He's like, stop telling my business. Anyway, I will, and I will carry on. Tonight we are going to, let's go ahead and kick off with Taurus, Divine Feminine. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am an intuitive artist and healer, performing artist, as well as energy channel for the gracious, omnipresent, divine spirit of conscious love. My purpose, my mission here over on my channel, this little small strong vibe tribe, is to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. So if you have not already and you would like to be a part of my vibe tribe, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't already, smash that like button, click that like button, tap that like button, whatever you got to do on your way in or out. I would very greatly appreciate that as well. Lets other people know that this is happening, and we always appreciate the support. If you are a returning family and friend, thank you so much for being here, beloved. I always appreciate your support, and thank you for always being a part of our little vibe tribe. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome on, everybody. Welcome on. I did open the chat tonight, but I will not really be focusing on the chat because this is a collective reading, so I won't be doing personal readings. But if you have a question, chances are, if you're here, if Spirit led you here, then there might be an answer in the collective reading. So I will be pulling from three different decks. We have the Modern Goddess Divine Feminine, we have the Astro Matrix Divine Masculine, and then we have the Star Child Akashic for the for messages from Spirit. And so, if you are also new to my channel, you may not know why it's called Tea and Tarot, because we have to get into the tea while we're sipping on our tea. Tonight, what I'm sipping on is my handcrafted fruit-infused berry mint chamomile blended with a citrus detox. So it's very delicious, very cold. I needed something iced. So you can get your tea, get your water, whatever you want to sip on. And cheers, we're going to enjoy it. Something that I also do, if that is ever of an interest for you, I always enjoy and am honored to sit down with you one-on-one for a tea and tarot soul session. And you do get a 1 ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea from my Femrims Apothecary. So the information for that is on its way. Website under construction, all the things. So you can always just, let me know. You can also follow me over on my Instagram, Princess Leah 888. You'll see most of my performing arts as well. And sometimes, like as you heard, I channel some music in the middle of these readings too. So I'm kind of all over the place. So if you can pick up what I'm putting down, then we're going to have a good time. So let's start with Taurus Divine Feminine. Taurus Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but we're also all in Taurus season. So this is for a collective. Divine Feminine. Feminine and masculine energies are just energies. I do say she, her pronouns for feminine. I say he, him pronouns for masculine. However, it is all within us. We all carry feminine and masculine energy because that is the balance, the yin yang. That is the non-physical and the physical, the thought, the creation, the idea, and turning that into fruition. So you have to have both of those balances. The feminine energy is that creation, that thought, the creativity, the sensuality, the unseen, the non-physical. And so wherever that falls in your body, your energy body, regardless of your human body, then take that as it resonates. If you are listening for cross-watching for divine feminine or masculine, then you can listen for those messages for him or her. However, again, take it for yourself as well. So Taurus, what is our energy? We have the World card showing up. It was in reverse. So I'm hearing some brand new cycles beginning because the World card is the final. It's the final major arcana. And I just remembered that I need to timestamp. I always forget for the first one. So I remembered. Good job. Let's go ahead. This is beautiful. Look at all these major arcanas. We have the moon that came out and the sun. What did I say about this yin yang energy? The sun and the moon coming out for you, Taurus. I love this divine feminine. The yin yang, the night and the day. So I am actually, especially with the world card being in reverse, something has completed, a major cycle has completed, and it being in reverse shows me that there is something new on the horizon. That's why the sun is out, right? She is here. Sun is coming out tomorrow. And right now, with the strong energy of May, we're in that feminine essence. The moon, that's your emotional state, that's your intuition. So in May, you are going to be feeling a lot of heightened sensitivity, of heightened sensuality, Taurus, divine feminine. And the sun at the bottom of the deck, which I consider is what you don't see coming, is the sun. So I'm hearing you might be feeling like, because we have the Knight of Wands or the Nine of Wands here underneath the sun. Ooh, and that just fell in my hands with the Seven of Swords. So you might be feeling like things are falling out of your hands. You're losing grip on some things. And what is it that you're losing grip on? The old cycle that's ending, the old you, the old world, the old life, the old version of you is ending, is dying. That ego, there's a rebirth I'm hearing, because you may have had to go through some really, really dark nights of the soul. You had to nine of wands, the wounded warrior, battered, broken, and bruised. But you are still standing, and there's still the rainbow behind you. Rainbows indicate miracles. There is still a miracle right behind you, what you do not see. So don't give up, divine feminine Taurus. Don't give up, because you are right there. Look at you. Have one more, just step up one more time, and you'll be right here at the top. And then you have the Seven of Swords, taking what's mine and leaving the rest behind. You see, she has to, kind of sneakily move out of this home, this space. Why? Why do you feel like you have had to maybe move silently in your life? Maybe you feel like right now you have to move silently because you have to, I'm hearing protect. You're protecting what is yours. You're leaving what's not for you anymore behind. And sometimes you have to do that quietly, silently. Sometimes you have to do that alone for a little bit because that is what moves you to the right waters, to calmer waters, to get you out of Dodge, is what I'm hearing, to get you out of the chaos. And I'm hearing maybe because some people won't understand where it is that you're going. Yep, with the Seven of Wands. Some people just won't understand where you're going. But you are here to stand firm in your truth of knowing that where you are going is for your greatest and highest good. And what you are doing and what you have to leave behind is for your greatest and highest good, no matter what kind of incoming noise, obstacles, pressure, fear, doubt that might try to come in and sway you back to the old you, to sway you back to the small you, to sway you back to the scared you, to sway you back to, I'm hearing the wounded and toxicity that you are moving out of, that you are done with, okay? You are done being battered. You are done being broken. You are done being bruised. Divine Feminine Taurus. You are done with the pain and the hurt and the shame. You are done with it all. And you're ready to move. Look at this. You're ready to move with the Chariots. I love this Chariot card because there's more rainbows here. The more rainbows here. You're listening for the divine timing to let you know when it's time to go. Look, you are out of this world. You are waiting for divine timing to let you know when it's time to go and to merge, because that time is going to be perfect and you will be celebrating, merging with your divine counterparts, your vibe tribe, with the higher frequencies of conscious love, divine love. And yes, you do have to let cycles complete and surrender and end and die. But it's okay. Because why? Because the sun will come out tomorrow. I had to. Because the sun will come out. What do they say? It's always darkest before the dawn. And Taurus Divine Feminine, you might be feeling like you are in the dark night right now of the soul. You might be feeling so many emotions, so much because of all this that is moving through what you're leaving, what you're grieving, what you're moving into. Let those emotions come up. Let those emotions guide you into the process of awakening, healing. The more you let yourself move and feel those emotions, feel them to heal them, they have to come up to be released. The process of grief is, not linear, right? Like there is denial and anger and bargaining and depression and acceptance. And that's not always in that order. But sometimes to get to acceptance, or not even sometimes, but in order to get to acceptance, you do have to feel you have to let yourself go through the processes of the things that have to be released, even ideas, even things, even if you're walking away from something toxic, even if you're walking away from a life into something better, you still have a grieving process from what was. Even if it was an idea or a thought or desire or a wish that you wanted to play out that did not play out in that exact way, you still have grief to feel, to process, and to honor. Disappointment is still a feeling, and there's a reason for it. But you can stay in it or you can move in it. And Taurus Divine Feminine, you're ready to move in it. You're feeling it, but you are ready to move. The major arcanas of the sun and the moon is a beautiful thing. You are integrating your shadow, the dark night of the soul, the darkness of your life. You are integrating all of those emotions, those sensations, those feelings, the unseen, those ideas, the desires. You are integrating all of that with your sun, with your bliss, with your joy. You're integrating that part of you as well. The love, the ecstasy, the pleasures, the beauties, the benefits. You are understanding and realizing that the light also has darkness, that you cannot tell that you are in light until you notice that you are in darkness. Until you experience darkness, you don't even realize that what light is, right? You don't walk into a dark room, you don't know that it's dark until a light comes on. And I'm hearing that that's probably what has been for you, Taurus Divine Feminine, that you didn't even know for a very long time that you were walking in darkness, that you were walking in the night until a light was shown to you, until the sun started to rise. You thought that all that there was just the darkness of night. That 3 a.m. witch hour, witch's hour, waking up every morning at 3:33, and feeling the quietness, the silence, the peace. But I'm also hearing maybe even some loneliness, Taurus Divine Feminine. And what I'm hearing is that instead of staying up, this is a metaphor essentially. Instead of staying up awake until the sun rose, for the longest time, you just went back to sleep. Yo, that's deep. If you pick up what I'm putting down, then it's a message for you. He who has ears, let him hear. Okay? You have been, Taurus Divine Feminine, waking up in the darkest hour of the night, metaphorically speaking. And instead of staying up until the sun rose, what you have been doing in the past is going back to sleep. So you haven't even had a chance to recognize that there has been sun. You haven't even realized that there is sunshine that has been shining, but you've been asleep. You go back to sleep. You see the dark, you wake up in the dark, you go back in the dark. You wake back up in the dark, you go back to sleep in the dark. And now what's happening is that you stayed awake. You woke up. You woke up in the dark, but something told you. That's why that world card was at the in reverse when we first shuffled. Because you finally completed a cycle of continuously living in this dark, waking up in this dark, going to sleep in the dark. And you finally decided, you know what? I'm going to see what happens if I stay awake a little bit longer. What if I don't go back to sleep? And guess what happened? The sun came out. The sun rose. The sun showed you that there is light, that there is joy, that there is bliss for you, Divine Feminine Taurus. That's really beautiful. That's really, really, really beautiful. So congratulations. I hope that really does sit with you for this month of May. That's a really powerful message. So I hope that sits with you, Divine Feminine, Taurus. Like I said, sun, moon, rising, stellium, wherever it is, but we are all in the Taurus season right now. So if this message is resonating for you, hit that like button because it is for you, okay? So let's go into the Divine Masculine, Taurus, and see what Divine Masculine's energy is like for the month of May. Divine Masculine, Taurus. The Hanged One, okay? Shifting as well. There are some perspectives that are shifting. There is, look, light, enlightenment. You see the light around his mind. His crown is enlightening. Who he truly is becoming. Who he truly is becoming, is coming online, is awakening and enlightening. But it took having to put yourself in such an uncomfortable position, Divine Masculine, Taurus. You had to wait until you were completely upside down and see the world. I'm hearing you had to wait till your world became upside down, till your world flipped upside down. But the world didn't flip upside down. This Hanged One chose to hang himself upside down by the feet. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you choose to flip yourself upside down, Divine Masculine, Taurus, and sit in an uncomfortable position to the point where blood is rushing to your head so you can see the world in a different viewpoint, from a different standpoint, so you can think in a different way? You had to put yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to see life, from a different perspective, a different angle. Have you ever sat upside down? I remember in fourth grade, we had to do this, was it fourth? I think it was like fourth grade. I think it was like fourth grade. We had to be upside down. We had to be on our table. And it was like this, maybe it was like third grade. I don't remember. If you were in third or fourth grade with me and you remember this, let me know. But there was this experiment we had to do where we had to lay on the table upside down, like, literally hanging our heads upside down. And we had to chew a cracker and swallow it, because what we were learning, this was like science. So we had to learn about the law of gravity and the gravitational force of our bodies and our muscles and then we thought, if we were upside down, would food still go down into our bodies if we're upside down? And we learned by that, yes, indeed, it does, because the gravitational force. But it's coming up for some reason, that memory, because sometimes we don't realize that even putting yourself in a whole different angle, seeing the world upside down, doesn't necessarily change everything, doesn't necessarily mean that your internal operations will shift. That your internal functionality will also flip upside down. So what I'm hearing with this, look, as the Emperor comes in reverse, what I'm hearing with this is that Divine Masculine, Taurus, even though you have put yourself in an uncomfortable position, you are seeing everything around you flipped. And even though you're seeing everything around you, outside, external to you, to your eyes, is flipped upside down, Divine Masculine, everything inside is still functioning. Everything inside is still functioning the way it has always been operated to function. Which means, Divine Masculine, Your your internal compass, your internal guidance, your internal divinity cannot shift. Regardless of whether you are upside down or your world's upside down or you're seeing things upside down, your internal guidance and knowledge and wisdom and divinity will not shift. See how my throat tries to close off? Your truth cannot shift. Your truth, your soul expression cannot shift, even if you flip upside down, even if everything outside of you is upside down. That's the enlightenment that's coming. Ooh, that's the enlightenment. And that is so good. I was not expecting that to come through. Thank you, Spirit. I've never seen the Hanged One in that kind of way. But that is what is awakening. That is the enlightenment that is coming within you, Divine Masculine Taurus. And it's beautiful. You are recognizing that this Emperor tried to be upside down in reverse. That even if you have not been the best leader, father, masculine, even if you've been operating in a distorted masculine energy for this whole lifetime, right? There is something shifting in you this month of May, if it hasn't already done so, where you're recognizing that no matter how, pardon my French, fucked up you may have been or gone through, Divine Masculine Taurus, nothing can truly change the Divine Masculine that is you, that you are. You are this emperor. You are empowering yourself. Oh, you are empowering yourself to come into the divine masculine, not the distorted masculine anymore. The distorted masculine has shifted because the distorted masculine hung himself upside down to see the world from a whole different angle because he realized that what the fuck is going on? This is not the world I want to be in. So you had to flip yourself into a whole uncomfortable space and position in order for you to see the world from a completely different perspective, in order for you to then be able to know that there is more out there for me, that there is more in here than I have been seeing, that there is more of me that I can show, that there is more. There's more. There's more I can give. There's more I can do. There's more I can have and be. The ships that you have set out, that desire, that calling, that prayer, heard you. God heard you. And those ships are coming back. Those ships have not completely sailed. And you are returning back to your divinity, Divine Masculine Taurus. You are building your empire as the emperor. You are empowering. You are building the empowerment of the empire for your emperor. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. Aries energy. I love this. Magician. I didn't even see this whole time, sitting right here under my nose. That's a message. This whole time, Divine Masculine, you didn't even realize that everything that you already had and needed was already within you. It was underneath your nose, right under your nose. You didn't even see it. You didn't see it. It was a seed that was planted in you since you were a child. It was a seed that was planted in you because you are a child of the gracious, omnipresent divine. This is yours. This is your blessing. This is your seed that was planted in you. and it's growing and it's manifesting because you are the magician. All of the tools that you need are within you right now, divine masculine, Taurus, collective. Don't matter where Taurus is in your chart, we all have a second house. You have all the tools. He has all the tools. He has every single element, the pentacle, the cup, the wand, the sword, everything. He has everything he needs to manifest exactly what has been planted inside of him since he was a child, to build this emperor, this empire, to be this emperor, to be this leader. Maybe you're building a business. Maybe you are building a home. Maybe you want to be that protector and provider for your family. Well, you are being that. You are manifesting that. And it was never, ever, 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 ever not yours. It was never, ever, ever not yours. It was always there under your nose. You just had to shift your angle and see life from a different perspective in order for you to actually see. That is so beautiful. And look, I see the moon card just ever so faintly trying to, show up here at the bottom of the deck. Or so I'm hearing that as it reflects, as it mirrors back to the moon card from Divine Feminine's reading. Tapping into your intuition. And I'm even hearing tapping into your feminine energy. Tap into your feminine essence. Okay? Tap into your feminine essence. I'm seeing 1111, gates to heaven. Tap into the merging of your feminine energy, your enlightened, your spiritual, your non-physical, your sensual, your creative energy, so that you can build this empire, so that you can build and provide and lead and grow. I'm also hearing tap into the energy of your divine feminine for those who are hearing that for their divine feminine counterpart, with that moon card mirroring each other. Mirror, reflect. Your divine feminine is reflecting back to you, divine masculine Taurus. Yeah, is reflecting back to you the emotions that are within you, is reflecting back to you the creative, sensual guidance that is also leading you. So let's see what Spirit has to say for the Taurus collective for the month of May. We are already in May, y'all. We are about to be in summer break. This is crazy. Feels like, I just feel like, listen, this is because we were sleeping at nighttime and then fell back asleep at nighttime and forgot that the sun also comes out, and that the day just keeps on going. Life keep on lifing. Seven of Wands. Life is going to keep on lifing. It don't stop for nobody. And that's why Taurus collective, you need to know. You need to know. You need to know exactly where you are. You need to know exactly who you are. You need to know exactly what you want and stand in that truth, no matter what kind of incoming nonsense tries to knock you off your I'm hearing pedestal, but that's not the word. Knock you off your game, knock you off your feet, knock you off your stance, wherever it's trying to knock you off, don't let it, okay? So Spirit is also saying for the month of May, the Magician in reverse and the Six of Wands with the Six of Swords. Oop. And now that one just came out in reverse. The way I'm seeing it, though, is that I'm hearing that Taurus, You have been trying to do this on your own, and you're not God. Stop trying to be God. Let go of the force and control of how you need things to be in order for it to result in how you want it to result. And let God prosper in you. Let God, the gracious, omnipresent, divine, Holy Spirit, Jah Allah, however you want to call it. Stop trying to. Yes, you are the divine masculine. Yes, you are the emperor. Yes, you are this leader. Yes, you are the protector and provider. Yes, you are a co-creator with source. But you are not source. You are a embodiment of source, and you need that whole guidance. You need that strength that comes not from you. You need that wisdom that comes not from you. Sometimes we try to do it on our own. But I'm going to wrap this up because it's getting long. Sometimes we try to do it on our own. And sometimes we might get a little far with the 6 of Wands of victory, of success. Sometimes we can manifest on our own and be able to manifest successfully. And I'm hearing, Taurus, maybe you have been successful up until now, but you're hitting a wall. Why? Because that cycle of this distorted lifestyle is ending. And you can't do it on your own. You need the gracious, omnipresent, divine love, guidance, wisdom. That's why the moon is coming out here twice. Because you need to tap into what you cannot see. You need to tap into the soul wisdom that is beyond the mind. Because sometimes there are answers that the mind just cannot provide. Sometimes there are answers that the mind cannot fathom. And that's where surrender. That's why the 6 of Wands fell out of my hands and then came back in reverse with the reverse magician, because it may have been working for you until now. And now you're realizing I got to do things differently because it's a little foggy and I can't see. I can't see where I'm going anymore. And I'm ready to get out of this dodge. I'm ready to get out of this chaos. I'm ready to get to calmer waters, clearer waters. I need clarity. I need clarity. I need to know where I'm going. I need to know how to do this. And the only way you can know how to do this is if you surrender, is if you give yourself grace and compassion. And if you let grace, gracious, omnipresent, divine, if you let God, if you let God lead you, talk to you, carry you, that's when you can receive the blessings. And that's when you can reciprocate truly with the 6 of Crystals, truly reciprocate the love that you are seeking. Give to offer love that you want to offer, to receive the love that you want to receive. But you have to be able to dance and let that flow through you. Okay? Honks for confirmation. Let that flow through you and build confidence in you with the Queen of Wands, knowing that you are protected and provided for, knowing that everything always works out for your greatest and highest good because you are already perfect, Taurus. You are already perfect as you are. You're just removing all those limiting beliefs. You're just remembering. You're just coming back into alignment with your true, authentic self. And that true, authentic essence that you are is love. That's why we're here. That's why we're here tonight, right now, here on my channel, Princess Leah 888, up in here for Tea and Tarot Tuesday. Because we are doing our part to heal the heart of the divine masculine, the sacred feminine, through conscious love, to align with conscious love, to align with the gracious, omnipresent divine love. So we can understand that that is who we are. That is how we are. That is whom we are created to be. That is whom we are created of and from. We just have to remember. Okay, I've been talking way too long on you, Taurus, but that was beautiful because that was for this whole collective. So let me go ahead and get a T formation so we can carry on. Travel in grace. Oh, what? I can't make this up. Travel in grace, Taurus, knowing that you are protected by love. Let me scream that at you. Did you hear me? I was screaming at you. That's my Jamaican side coming out. You are loved. It's very intense. Okay. I can be very intense sometimes. It's great. But just know that. Okay. Oh, that's so good. All I had to do was pull that T formation, and 40 minutes would have gone by because that's all I need to say. Travel in grace, knowing that you are protected by love. Knowing that you are protected by love. Amen. Ashe. Love that. Okay, we're carrying on to Gemini. Hit that like button, Taurus, or anyone who is here if that message spoke to you. Okay. Gemini, Divine Feminine. Gemini, Divine Feminine. Gemini, Divine Feminine. I appreciate everyone who is here tuning into the chat. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to be engaging in the chat. I typically actually turn the chat off recently just because I get too distracted. But this message is for you if you are here. You can speak to each other in the chat if you would like to. You can say whatever you want, but just make sure it is kind. Okay. I'm not trying to have to I'm not trying to moderate. I'm not trying to have to, hide your message and make it. Just don't do that. We're grown here, okay? We're grown. Look at this. Lovers in reverse. Gemini, the lover sign. Your sign's coming out, Gemini Divine Feminine, for the month of May in reverse. Lovers are considered the twins, right? But it wants to stay out and it wants to be upright. Why? Because the High Priestess is here, because you are tapping into your higher self. You're tapping into your higher self, your divine self. You're understanding what you have needed to learn on this journey that has allowed you to move in grace, that has allowed you to integrate your good, bad, and ugly, and still love yourself through it all. This is radical acceptance, and that is why the Lovers is here, because you are learning, you're looking in the mirror and seeing the beauty that you are. You're looking in the mirror and falling in love with what you see. And I just heard for somebody saying for the first time. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing, Gemini Divine Feminine. Because this world, our lovers are our reflection. They are our mirrors. Okay? And they are going to reflect back to you what you need to see, right? And sometimes you don't want to see it. Sometimes you might look in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm a little jacked up today. Not know I was going to see that. But sometimes it's good to see that, because then now you ain't going to go outside, which, looking all rough, right? So that's metaphorically speaking, Gemini Divine Feminine, your lover or lovers, this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be your children. It can be your spouse. It can be your friend. It can be your coworker, your boss. They are going to be your reflection. Everything is a reflection. Everyone is a reflection. Everything that you see outside of you, if you want to know the compass of where you're at in your life, look at where you're at in your life. Look at the things around you, and will show you the reflection of what's going on inside, what energy you are putting out into the world. That's just the law of attraction. What you think, what you put out, what you think about, you bring about. And I'm hearing that you are done thinking about disempowering, hurtful things that is causing disempowerment and hurt in your life. Maybe it is within a lover. Maybe it is within a job or your family. But Gemini Divine Feminine, you're learning. You're learning. And that's the best thing we can do. That's what we're here for. To expand, to get stronger, to learn, to experience, really, to experience. We're here to experience. We came into this human vessel because we wanted to experience what it was like to be human. We want to experience what it's like to be in a human experience. We wanted to fully bask in the fullness of all that human experience can offer. And that also comes with the shadows as well. It's not pretty all the time. But with those shadows, with the darkness, with the heartache, with the heartbreak, also teaches you how important beauty and love is. It teaches you how delicious beauty and love is. And it strengthens your soul wisdom. It strengthens your soul guidance. The high priestess doesn't need advice from any other counsel but her spirit guides, but her guides. Because she trusts her intuition. She trusts that she will be guided in everything, even the darkness. And there's a sense of this radical exception, radical acceptance. And that's interesting that I said exception when I meant to say acceptance. There's a radical exception that's happening right now. And it's like almost like whatever I went through, whatever I had to learn through, whatever the bullshit I had to go through, part of my French. I can be a little feisty up in here. It just depends on the energy and whoever is in the chat, because I'm picking up your collective energy as well. Anyway, you are realizing that the things that you had to go through, Gemini Divine Feminine, the mirror that you had to clean off in order to see yourself clearly. It took a lot of strength. It took a lot of strength and resilience. And that's the radical exception. Because you could have given up on love, on your passion, on this relationship, on this friend, or whatever. You could have given up on yourself. You could have given up on trying to even be better. But the strength, the radical exception that you held allowed you to learn a type of softness, a type of gentle strength. You see how she's got these beasts, the wolf and the lion, they're all pawing at her, the deer head on her head, or a deer laying his head on her lap. They're not afraid. She had to face the beasts in her around her in her life. She had to face the beast in order to then tame the beast. And then she found the beauty in the beast. That's so beautiful. And she learned how to teach the beast how to treat her. She learned how to teach others how to treat her, to not hurt her. There is a mutual agreement. I will not hurt you, you will not hurt me. And together we can just coexist in love. And that is what you are learning. That is what you are learning in this lover's game. That's what you're learning about yourself, that you don't need to hurt yourself anymore, Gemini, Divine Feminine. You're learning that you don't need to hurt others anymore. You're learning that you are safe to love and you will not be hurt anymore, Divine Feminine, Gemini. And that's a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter who you love. Look, love is love. I wonder if you can see it. Love is love. And the pride flag, the rainbows, the chakras are all coming into alignment because you're recognizing that love is love is love is love is love, right? The beauty in the beast, loving the beast within. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and move on to the Divine Masculine, Gemini. Divine Feminine, if that helps, hit that like button if you resonate with that message. Divine Masculine, what is your strongest message? What's your strongest energy for the month of May? We have the Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Divine Masculine, Gemini, you are learning how to discern between your heart and your head. You know, they say the longest journey traveled is the journey between your head and your heart. So Gemini, Divine Masculine, you are learning how to understand being able to balance the head and the heart. Because again, Gemini, you are the twins, right? You are the duality. You are the lovers, the yin and the yang, right? And so learning the duality of the mind and the heart has not been an easy thing. These cards want to come out. I'm just going to take the Queen of Swords and put the rest at the top as more, it looks like there's some clarification that the Divine Masculine wants to say. The King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, the Knight of Pentacles to clarify for the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It's very clear here. And my little headband or headscarf has been messing with me all day, so I'm gonna play with it. But I love this headscarf. It was handmade by my girl, beautiful designer, Miss Sani Deba, and she also is with MS Designs, and she designed these beautiful garments a couple weeks ago that I got to walk in her fashion show for her graduating journey, and it was beautiful. And so I'm just rocking her beautiful scarf and I love it. Okay. Back to the message. So the Queen of Swords here, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles, you're learning how to, Divine Masculine, Gemini, how to balance your head and your heart. You're trying to understand how you can, practically create and build and work towards something that you have been wishing for, that you, and how can you balance, how can you balance your desire for something and the practicality of receiving it, of building it, of creating it, of achieving it. And that's why the Knight of Pentacles is here because it's the slowest knight in the deck. The slowest knight in the deck. It takes forever, Tortoise. Is what I hear. Taurus energy. Taurus the tortoise. My son was like, I thought Taurus was a bull. I was like, you smart, but this is true. But they're also so slow. Why? Because they take their time. Why are they taking their time? Because the Knight of Pentacles takes his time because he wants to make sure that he is paying attention to the details. He wants to make sure that what he is building will last. He wants to make sure that what he's choosing he can commit to for the rest of his life. The slowest knight in the deck, however, once it gets there, it is there for life, okay? It is loyal, the Knight of Pentacles. It is stable. And so that's where Gemini Divine Masculine, you are here trying to figure out, this is what you're trying to discern between your head and your heart. How can I practically manifest this wish fulfillment that I have been desiring that's just my whole soul purpose, desire, mission. How can I practically achieve this and get there and receive it and create it? Trying to let your left brain and your right brain, how can I be creative, but not too creative? How can I let my emotions, drive me, but not drive me too much? How can I make a practical plan and put that into action so that I can be emotionally fulfilled? It's a very masculine thing to do. But that's how masculine energy works. Masculine energy is within us all, despite what your gender is. Masculine energy is the bringer into fruitioner. And so Gemini, Divine Masculine, you are really in this space for the month of May of building and working and crafting and trying to make sure that you are putting in equal enough amount of emotional creativity and practical activity. And that's really responsible. That's great. That's really great. And I love to see that. The King of Cups is a very emotionally mature king. You have learned how to master your emotions, even if you are in the middle of the ocean of your emotions. You see, you are learning. Why? Because, you are transforming. Because a phoenix has died and risen. Because you are coming to the end of something that has completely awakened you, has completely made you look. That's what you're coming to the end of. A cycle. You're coming to the end of a cycle of an ego that has an ego death, is what I'm hearing, so that you can be reborn, right? The phoenix dies and then grows from its own ashes. So Gemini, that's why you're in this space of like, I need to work, I need to build, I need to make sure that this dream does not slip away from me, is what I'm hearing. Because you have come to a moment in your life where you're like, what was I made for? I'm hearing Billie Eilish singing that song from Barbie. What was I made for? What was I made for? That's what this Judgment card is here saying. That's what this Judgment card is saying. What are you made for? What were you made for, Gemini Divine Masculine? What are you completing? What are you ending? What cycles? These could be cycles of addiction, cycles of disempowering thoughts and agreements. These could be cycles of of a lifestyle that is coming to an end because you have finally come to this moment of judgment, of moment of what the hell am I doing with my life? What do I want to do with my life? How do I want to continue? Because I don't have that much more time. Like, I mean, this life is borrowed, right? This time is borrowed. No moment is promised. And that's why every moment is precious. And that's what you're awakening to. That's what you're like, what do I want to spend my life doing? I need to make sure that it is meaningful. I need to make sure that it's in alignment with my soul mission and purpose that actually fully fulfills me emotionally, that fully fulfills me and pours into me, and I can pour back into this world. I need it to last. I need it to mean something. I need it to stabilize. I need it to be secure. And that's why it's going to take you a while. That's why it takes you a while. And that's why it has taken you a while. Divine Masculine, Gemini. Because it matters. Because it matters to you. And anything that matters to you is going to take time. Anything that matters to you is going to be heavily weighed on your heart. Anything that matters to you is going to force you out of everything that is not in alignment with that thing that you want, that you care about. So, Gemini, we have to move on. I've been giving some long messages tonight. We're already in the 61st minute and we still have Cancer. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I might have to do Cancer tomorrow. I don't know. This is a long one. I feel like my messages have been getting so much longer. So sorry, Cancer. I may not be able to give you all the love that I would like to have given you if that's the case. But we'll see. We'll see what the feels are. Okay. So we have 7 of Crystals. Spirit for you, Gemini. It's collective. The 7 of Crystals. Yes. Keep on watering your garden. Keep on watering the seeds that have been planted. They are growing. You need to walk by faith and not by sight. Even if you don't see the harvest yet producing, it is there. But you have to keep watering. Just like when you water a plant, just because it hasn't sprouted in 72 hours doesn't mean that it's not coming. Just because it hasn't started growing fruit in 2 weeks doesn't mean that it's a bogus deal. Just because what you don't see right now is not here and what it is that you are wishing upon and desiring for is not here does not mean that it's not here. That makes sense? So, what you have to do, though, is you have to just keep nourishing it. You have to keep working on it. You have to keep watering it, right? Because you can't force a plant to grow any faster than it's going to grow. Just like you can't force a baby to be born any faster than you want it to be. Than you want it to, you know what I mean? So that's what this 2 of Swords is saying, is walk by faith and not by sight. Faith is when you believe something so hard that you don't need to see it to know that it's true. But you also have to be careful and mindful of the faith and energy in which you are holding your faith in. Are you holding your faith in fear-based faith? Are you holding your faith in love-based faith? Because you can still believe something so hard that you don't have to see it in order for it to be true, and both fear and love. That's where you get to choose. That's where the 2 of Swords comes in. That's where you get to decide. Yep, the Moon card coming out. Listen to that. Listen to your emotions. Listen to your intuition. Taurus might have some messages because the Moon came out as well for their message. So Gemini, if you want to take a look at that. This will be time-stamped, so you can also just jump back and forth after this. So your T formation, Gemini, is breathe. Let me breathe. Breath. Breath is the voice of your soul. If you want to know where to go, how to move, how to discern, what to see, breathe. and listen to the voice of your soul. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay. I have to carry on because I got things to do. Okay. As much as I love being here tonight with y'all, your girl got plans. Okay. And I'm very excited. So, about them. So I would like to get ready to go. But Cancer, I want to give you some love as well. So let's go ahead and get you rocking and rolling tonight. So Cancer, Divine Feminine, thank you all for being here. I appreciate everyone just chilling with me for this last hour. I appreciate it. Thank you all the likes that I be seeing up in here. I appreciate the chat as well. I'm seeing that there are some nice things, but like I said, I'm not really engaging because we would be here for 3 hours if I were. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a chatterbox, and sometimes when I'm in the vibe, when I'm tapped in, tuned in, turned on, I could chat all night, but we're not going to chat all night. Okay. Let me go ahead and take a sip of my tea, and we're going to see what this energy is giving us for Cancer, Divine Feminine. Love that. I also love that you can, I notice, you know, how the light, it's bright at the beginning of my readings, and then you can see as it gets darker, which is always fun. I see 855 on the clock, so that might be an angel number that you might want to look into and see what kind of messages have for you. Cancer, Divine Feminine, Page of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups. This is some beautiful, sweet, pure, emotional. I heard love. Could be childhood love. But there's also there's some shifting that needs to happen. There's some things that had to take place. Because you have the Five of Pentacles here. I'm seeing 717, and that is also a significant number to me that represents union. And this Three of Cups is a celebration of union with your vibe tribe, right? With your soul sisters. So you are manifesting the right people because you have been experiencing, I'm hearing a breakup with the wrong people. And this could be friends. Maybe friendships are having been broken off. Maybe you're, feeling a little bit outcasted. Maybe you have been exiled. Maybe you were fired from a job, or maybe you are feeling isolated, Cancer, Divine Feminine. But what I'm hearing is rejection is God's protection. And so this Five of Pentacles is shifts. Fives are of shifts as well. So this Five of Pentacles is also shifting you. So what the doors that had to close on you, Divine Feminine, were so that God could open up doors, the right doors for you, so that you could manifest. You had to make room, I'm hearing. You had to make space for the right opportunities, for the right people, for the right resources, because the magician is here. You have all the tools within you. You are manifesting your vibe tribe. And that's a beautiful thing. So trust that the world is in your hands, Cancer, Divine Feminine. You can go anywhere. You're at it. You can choose anything that you want to choose. And God is with you all the way. Clearing your path, cutting out the bullshit, making sure that you find clarity in your path, making sure that you are guided and protected. There is a divine intervention that has allowed you to break some chains, Cancer, Divine Feminine, that is allowing you to break cycles, karmic, toxic cycles. This could be generational cycles. Chains are being broken of addictions. Chains are being broken of codependency. Chains are being broken of false agreements about yourself. And you are, because you've been doing the work. You've been doing the work. You've been doing the work. You've been holding yourself in a space of emotional, I'm hearing maturity, emotional clarity, emotional sovereignty. Yeah, sovereignty. But sometimes it does, we have to start here. But just know that this is what you don't see. Yep. When one door closes, a million windows open. So I love that for you, Cancer Divine Feminine. That's really beautiful. Have faith that you are attracting. You are attracting. You are manifesting the right people, the right energy, and the right resources. Okay. I love you. I hope that helps Divine Feminine Masculine. Divine Feminine Masculine. Divine Feminine Cancer. Divine Masculine Cancer. We have the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Pentacles wanting to stay out. It was in reverse. So maybe there was something that you have felt. Yes, there was something that you have felt that you had lost. Maybe you thought you lost an opportunity with the Four of Cups. Maybe you thought you lost an opportunity because you denied yourself from this cup that was handed to you because you were, I'm hearing, isolating, but also you see how she has headphones and her eyes closed and her arms crossed. I'm hearing you were zoning out. Zoning out. You just didn't even want to, and you know what a Cancer does. Cancer is the crab, Cancer crab. So when you feel like you are maybe feeling wounded or threatened, a crab, what does a crab do? It runs under the sand and hides. I'm a Cancer rising. So yes, that is very true. And I'm seeing these Three of Cups. And it's reminding me of Divine Feminine's Three of Cups. So maybe, again, going back, yeah, maybe you don't want to listen. You don't know. You're a little bit skeptical about this Divine Cup that's coming in because of Seven of Swords. Maybe there's been some deceit in the past. And so you're like, can I trust it? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hearing that with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that actually has lost you some opportunities because of that once burned, twice shy kind of mentality. And these are pentacles. These are of the earth. Lots of pentacles. Look. Pentacles is material, is physical things. Earth signs. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But the Seven of Pentacles coming out with the Ten of Pentacles underneath that in the Tower is saying, yeah, you may have been a bit suspicious because, and I'm hearing rightfully so, if you have been, betrayed or hurt, maybe people were saying shit about you, gossiping, Cancer Divine Masculine. Maybe that has caused you to not want to accept anything because you aren't sure if it's just going to be the same old, and that's what caused you to lose these opportunities in the past. But right now, you are being asked, you're being encouraged by Spirit to not stop watering what you have been planting, what has been planting within you. You are being encouraged to not give up because what you are planting is going to manifest into 10 of Pentacles. Look at all that abundance. Look at all that generational abundance. You see, you got the grandpa, you got the parents, you got the grandchild, you got the dogs. and you may be feeling like, I've just been out here slaving away. I've been out here grinding on my grind. When is it coming? I don't know if I can trust what is coming. And you know what? That's okay. But keep watering anyway. Keep watering. And I'm thinking about my sister and my brother right now because my brother and my older brother and sister are both cancers. And so it's very, the cards in the end, the cards don't lie. The cards are just there, and it's interesting because I'm not really paying attention to the chat, but I keep seeing the word brother. And so this is ringing in a way of, there is this, I'm hearing for your sister and your brother, your sisters and your brothers. We are all sisters and brothers, right? We are all sisters and brothers in the body of the gracious, omnipresent, divine of Source. We are all children that have been created by Source, divine, love, God, Jah, Allah, however you want to call it. And I'm hearing that maybe it has been a tough, grind, upbringing, but Cancer Divine Masculine, you are coming into abundance if you don't stop watering your garden, if you don't stop nourishing what has been planted, what you have already planted. Don't stop, because you are building, what you're doing is you're building a new legacy, a new wealth for your generations, for the generations after you, for your children and their children's children. So you might feel like you're just out here grinding away and you're wondering, where is my pentacles? Where is my money? Where is it going? It is coming. It is there. It is cultivating. It is manifesting. It is multiplying. And you're learning how to handle the abundance more and more and more. So little by little by little, fruits start to pop up. And you're learning how to be more responsible with your money, more responsible with these material manifestations, more responsible, because the more you show universe, the more you show that you are responsible and can hold space for this abundance, the more you show that you can trust in what is coming, the more you show that you can trust in what is being offered, the more it will show itself, the more you will get more little crumbs of it. And you just put those pennies, you just save those pennies, and the more you save those pennies, the more you know, the next thing you know, you done collected 100,000 pennies. And now you have enough pennies to secure your children's future. And you're learning how to multiply your abundance, how to multiply, how maybe you're doing some financial literacy, learning how the money can work for you, Cancer Divine Masculine. But with the Seven of Swords, I'm also seeing like move a little bit more in silence. It's not just about deceit. This is also about kind of moving a little bit more in silence, taking what's mine and leaving the rest behind, right? Having to be smart a little bit with who you're sharing your money with, who you're sharing your success with, who you're sharing your abundance with. Okay, that's what I'm also hearing. So I like that for you, Cancer Divine Masculine. If there's any other, there's more messages that want to come through, but I'm hearing that those messages might be for me to contemplate. So maybe there's some more messages from that that you might want to go back and listen to that might give you some more additional messages to contemplate on. So let's see what Spirit has to say for the Cancer Collective, and then we're going to sign off, okay? We've been here for 79 minutes. I appreciate everybody that has been hanging out with me for this time. And if you haven't already done so, hit that like button. Thank you so much for all your likes. And if you haven't already subscribed to my Vibe Tribe, we always appreciate adding more to our little small and mighty Vibe Tribe over here. So thank you so much. We have Justice in reverse. Divine Cancer Collective. I'm hearing like someone's defensive, feeling defensive. But I'm also hearing like maybe something feels unfair or imbalanced. And this could also be like justice kind of gives like court law. So maybe you're dealing with that, but I'm also hearing that you are feeling that way. But I think it goes back to what we talked about with the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. You might be feeling, can I trust this? This feels unfair. I don't see why I'm being treated this way. But what you don't see, remember, was that when the doors close, more windows open. That rejection is God's protection and redirecting you to the right people, places, and things. The right people, energy, and resources. Yep, because of the Ace of Cups here. And the Four of Cups is here again under that. Yes. So it is understandable that after heartbreak that you would hesitate trusting anyone, any other friends, lovers. I get it. Jobs. I get it. The Eight of Wands is also here, though, as the strongest energy for you, Cancer, from Spirit. So, Cancer, Spirit is saying, don't stop taking action. Take action. Be bold. Be bold in this new love. Be bold in your heart. Be bold with what you love. Take action towards what you love, even if you have been hurt. Because that boldness is going to break and end cycles that will lead you to Two of Cups. From the Ace of Cups to Two of Cups, a divine partnership, a divine, beautiful miracle, the rainbow, equal partnership, a divine soul contract of love, because you are pouring into you. You are loving yourself. You are seeing the star seed that you are. Coming online to that, seeing that, and choosing you, and choosing love, and choosing forgiveness, and choosing to end the cycles. To end the cycles that are not serving you anymore. So be bold. Take action. Move in the direction. Move in the direction of love. I have some incoming messages, so you might be getting some incoming messages. I'm hearing incoming messages of disappointment, things that might be disappointing, as well as opportunities, right? From disappointment to opportunities. Okay? So let it all move, because everything is moving in the perfect divine orchestration. I'm surprised I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune out here. But look at this. Your T formation, Cancer, is if you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. So whether you are in the cold, feeling in your feels because you have been mistreated, hesitant, suspicious, just know, look, that beauty is everywhere. Where the door closed, you may have to now go around the corner to the other door or to another house to get some, to get inside. But in that house or on the way to that house, you might find $100 bill. You might see a rainbow. You might meet your lover, right? There are some beautiful divine blessings of love, of abundance. You have the cups and the pentacles. That is emotional fulfillment, emotional blessings, emotional renewal, as well as physical, material abundance and renewal. So allow your blessings. Trust that your blessings are here. See the beauty everywhere, even in the darkness, even in the closed doors, even in the endings of these cycles. There's beauty, and there's so much beauty within you. So I hope that helps. This was really, really beautiful. What an amazing reading. What an amazing night. Thank you so much for every single person that has been on here. I appreciate y'all. It's a cute little vibe tribe that we have going on here. Thank you for all your likes and subscribes. Thank you for everyone who has been chatting in the chat, being so kind. And again, like I said, I know I had the chat open, but I am not, I did not engage in the chat tonight, just so that I could be more focused in on the collective readings. But hopefully these readings, there was a message that helped you in your individual personal matters that, may not have been a direct response to your question, but maybe hopefully you still got the answers that you needed. I trust that the messages that needed to come through came through for those who needed to receive them. And if you want to go back, I will timestamp this after this, so you can always listen back. You can check out my playlist, the Tea and Tarot Tuesdays. I also need to put it in my all sign reading playlist, but if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I go live from my other daily divines and whatnots. Maybe I might post up some fun dances or songs or my fashion show. You never know what this girl has in store. So, but until then, I will see you in the next moon. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.